you know, when you think about Mickey Mouse, it's all American, you know, everything that's good. So when we sat down to develop the blend, it was like, okay, what kind of a statement do we want to make with this coffee? Well, we wanted something that is going to appeal to the masses, just like Mickey does. So it came up with a coffee that if you were liking a dark roast strong coffee, it would be bold enough for you that you would like it. But then again, if you're shy away from those dark roasts and they're a little bit too much for you, here is improving, getting better and better, which is again tells us that they're really committed. They're taking our advice and listening to us, and by doing so, they're able to grow better coffee and make more money for themselves. So that's a win-win. Here's a quick short video that explains this project in a little bit. Temperature controlled kettle. For those of you at home that don't have this, you want your water at about 200 degrees. You never want to pour boiling water on coffee. You'll scald it and you'll bring out a little bit more of the undesirable characteristics than you really want to bring out. So you want it at about 200. If you don't have a temperature controlled kettle, once it comes to a boil, take it off the burner, put it aside for 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes, you'll be down at about 200, and it's okay to pour. When you've got fresh coffee like this, when you pour your water, you're going to get what we call the bloom or the crust, which is a reaction of the hot water interacting with fresh roasted coffee. All that you can see. It's sort of like the crema on top of a good espresso.
Enjoy the world of pancakes. How about a huge food and wine welcome for Joe Eagleman.
Thank you. Thank you. Mic working? Oh yeah, it is. There you go. Perfect. Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for holding on and being patient. You could have made a lot of pancakes in that amount of time. It's the beauty of them. But yeah, this is a back to basics presentation. Really, when it comes to the basics, I mean, pancakes are about as basic as it gets, but hopefully during this presentation today, you'll begin to realize that pancakes in different parts of the world mean a lot of different things to different people, and they can be as simple or as complicated as you want to make them. But like Pam said, I come from Nathan, but you preheat your oven and you're going to pour your batter in there, and they're going to get nice and fluffy, and you'll really know they're done when they kind of wrinkle all up inside the oven. But again, the recipe you have for very skilled pancakes is very similar because we had a couple different oven options. This is one that we made, but it's similar in that you'll add a lot of more egg than you're used to, but that's really what's going to give you the nice fluffy texture when it cooks. Next stop for us is Japan. This is another fun one. So okonomiyaki is a pancake made in Japan. Has anyone been to like a benihana or a similar like teppanyaki? So some people tell you, so this word okonomiyaki in Japanese actually means grilled as you like it, like any way you like it. So it's really like an anything goes pancake. So the yaki, what I'll do here, I think everyone knows what pancakes are like here in the US, but I'll give you some tips for cooking pancakes. So who has cooked pancakes before? Almost everyone. That's cool. So a couple things that I've learned with making pancakes over time is, first one I'll say is it's just a lot easier with a griddle. So if you try to cook them on the stovetop in a frying pan, you just don't have as much space. You have the curved sides unless you're using, you know, like a flat surface skillet, and you can just make a whole lot more if you have a real nice griddle. And so a lot of times people make great pancakes, it's just because they have a nice way to cook them on a nice griddle. Second thing I'll say is pancakes actually taste really delicious with butter, but you have to be careful if you're using butter to grease your surface because butter burns.
Very special. You know, 15 was a funky year, right?
Yes.
In Napa in general, and I mean, what I get in this vintage is just a lot of concentrated fruit because there wasn't as much quantity, right?
It was a smaller vintage, absolutely. Obviously, vintages in California aren't as variable as you get in France or any more of a continental climate. Obviously, when you go to Napa, it's hot. I mean,
Yes.
almost every time you go, it's hot. I've been in February and it's hot. So you definitely get, it was a slightly smaller vintage for us overall, but the quality of the fruit was still really high.